Hello, I'm glad you've taken the time to open a link that I've sent you to get to know a little more about who Brian Sandell is. I'm a passionate, deeply committed individual who wants to continue to follow the call that God has placed on my life. I believe that I've been called and affirmed both inward and outwardly affirmations by the Spirit and the Church of Jesus Christ to serve Him with all my heart, to go and to love people and be deeply committed to encouraging them, to disciple them, and to see them grow and produce wonderful, great fruit in the church at large, in their families, and whatever culture they may come from. It is my deep and great pleasure to be near the end of my seminary journey. I will graduate with a Master of Divinity degree here in June, and I am so thrilled to see the next step and chapter that God has for my life. My hope and desire is that I would continue to be able to pursue excellence wherever I go, that I would seek God with all my heart, with all my soul, and that I would continue to learn what God has for my life, continue to experience and grow in His love, experience His forgiveness, His encouragement, and His mercy. And in so doing, that when my heart is changed and transformed, I would be more in touch to what the Holy Spirit has and is doing in the ministry context where I land, and that I would be able to recognize and possess a good, wise, theological mind and continue to grow and lead and develop and disciple the people which God has called me to. I'm truly stepping out in faith, understanding and knowing that we serve a God who provides, that we serve a God who wants to see His name glorified and magnified. And my goal is it's just a really small part, but I want to do my part for God's ultimate glory. And I understand that we are involved in a story of salvation and creation and redemption, and once again God coming back in power, which is far greater and grander than we can understand. And I just believe and I feel and I know that God has said, Brian, now is the time for you to do your part to lift and glorify my name and love my church. And that's all I want to do. It's a simple goal, a simple task. It takes a lifetime to master, but it's something that I'm coming in fully prepared and ready to give it 110%. I cannot promise that I will be a perfect ministry worker. I'll be a perfect pastor, youth director, associate pastor. I'll always give perfect spiritual advice or spiritual care. But what I can promise is from the bottom of my heart that I will work and give 110% to love every person I come in contact with, to encourage them, to forgive them, to show wisdom, knowledge, and grace to them. And most importantly, I want my life to point to Jesus Christ. And when people see me, they say, this is not a person who works for his own glory. This is a person who is working for the glory and magnification of Jesus Christ. And that's what I have to offer. I hope and pray for wisdom in your search process. Thank you so much for taking the time to view my video.